What is going on? It is yours truly from TJRS. This is John Ross, and this is not a episode of TJRS, as we are starting that. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Got the background music going during the stream. This is not TJRS. This is a sort of a special YouTube stream that I had planned to do last night and fell asleep. I fell asleep, unfortunately, and had to reschedule. And I also realized I hadn't even gone public yet and said I was going on. But this is a new kind of thing I'm doing with the stream. I'm hoping to do a YouTube stream usually every Saturday afternoon around, say, maybe 5 or 5:30, depending how busy I am. But seeing as I'm going back on the air, or when I say that, I mean like going back to streaming next Monday night, or this coming Monday night, rather. I figured I'd give this a try and see how it goes. So here I am. And if you give me a minute, I will let people know on social media that I am live on Twitter, or not Twitter, YouTube, doing a live stream. And it just got a little dark where I live. It's been kind of cloudy today here in Kansas City. A special YouTube stream. Come say hi. Yeah, that's how I can put it. Come say hi. I'll just be, what's this say, notification? Yeah, login notification. So, alright, let me see if I can copy and paste. I can't do that. I'm going to do this. Copy and paste. Yeah. Jimmy Dore. I'm scrolling through Twitter trying to find the tweet I just sent. I went through Jimmy Dore. Add another tweet. Paste. Oh, that's not gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Delete that. Let's see. Yeah, I was supposed to go on last night, but I fell asleep. I took a nap, and I conveniently forgot about it, and I was like, oh, well, I guess I gotta do it tomorrow night then. I guess I gotta do it tomorrow. But yeah. So I just made the announcement that I'm on Twitter, or not on Twitter. I am on Twitter. I'm on YouTube doing a live stream. If I can't say that 1,000 times enough, till it leads someone's ears out. Let's see. I'm gonna change the music. I can't do this without background music, and the one thing is, it can be so loud sometimes. There we go. As long as I can hear as long as I can still hear the music, I'm fine. Sounds pretty good. Anyway, so if anyone comes on, the chat will be here. Hopefully, if anyone comes on. I wonder how to. Do like set a link up where I can distribute on Twitter and whatnot. I think I should be able to know how to do it. And destination. Yes, YouTube, Twitter, like Periscope. Let's see. Facebook Live. Let's do Facebook Live. You know what? I'm just going to stay online, and I am going to just do this as I go along. So just bear with me for 1 minute. Yes. R.C. Roberts. Oh, Charlie's got something going on. Restream. We have. Yeah, why not? Why the hell not? Restream. Okay, yeah, why not? Although I got to be very careful. Personal profile. I'll do that later. A description. I'm gonna do that. Test and podcast there. That's what I'm doing. My stream podcast. Is that it? Okay. How about we also do, let's see what else. I only want to do two, Periscope. What's that? To Twitter. Is that like, oh, yeah, I think I'm not going to do that. Periscope. Oh, so it's going off the air? Is that what it is? I want to see how I can like broadcast live directly on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm wanting to do. Well, in any event, they'll probably figure that out eventually. So, leave. Well, I've said come say hi, but hopefully people will find out. I keep tisking a lot. Anyway, so as I'm completely clueless here, not completely clueless, but just kind of figuring out how this works. I know he said I just saw RC had some notifications. This is unrelated to our my conversation coming up with RC, which I assume he is. Anyway, I will make an announcement that RC Charlie RC Roberts is hopefully going to be coming on in at least in the next few weeks. And we're going to talk about everything under the sun. And what I mean by that is we're basically going to, we're basically going to talk about the current events of the year, the Biden presidency so far, and his Substack, his latest Substack post on Nathan J. Robinson. And I am going to actually apply changes. They want me to restart my broadcast for if I want to be shown on Facebook. So I guess I'm going to be on Twitter or not on Twitter. I'm going to be on YouTube tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to be on. I'd probably be on for an hour. This is me just kind of shooting stuff, kind of getting a training broadcast going for my debut on Saturday night, or not on Saturday night, but on Monday night for TJRS's new nighttime schedule, which I'm actually pretty thrilled about. I would say anyone who sees this, hope y'all are doing well out there, and you've got your COVID shots and your vaccinations and got your cards and everything. Hope y'all doing well, because I am, because I really, really am. Oh, it's been a long week for me. I had my first week of school, and attempted to do some homework today. Had some trouble. I had some difficulties there. I thought it would be easy as pie, but it turned out to be a little bit more, how would I say, interesting than I thought it would be. So no worries though. It's not that hard. Most of the homework that I do anyway is computer based, so it's all multiple choice stuff. So I am in my sophomore year of college, which is good because I've had 2 semesters doing virtual, and it's been kind of challenging. I mean, it was enjoyable in a lot of ways, but it was kind of challenging because I had to adapt. I had to adapt or die. And my biggest thing was I probably would just adapt if I had to. So yeah. How's everyone? I'd ask how is everyone doing, but there's nobody watching right now. But hopefully people will be watching eventually. This is so awkward, but I'm gonna try to keep doing this. I've tested the waters before with the whole streaming issue, and still had some bumps in the road. Thought people would want to come on, but then again, it'll. I know I keep testing, but I had some bumps in the road like a crisis, so to speak, on whether or not I should be doing this because I'm like, even if people watch, they're just gonna think this is boring and uninteresting, and he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, and so I kind of was like, well, I'm putting this on break for a little bit, and plus I was going through some really personal issues and whatnot at the time, and yeah, I mean, I think amongst other things in the news outside of the uh, Afghanistan withdrawal, the removal, and the explosion at the Kabul airport, Eric Clapton, legendary guitarist and songwriter, has released an anti-vax protest song. And you know what? I think I'd screen share. But as a matter of fact, I just might. So, well, give me a moment and I will do just that. Let me sign out of all my Johnnies here, all my social medias. Well, one of them anyway. Eric Clapton. We'll find not Rolling Stone. You know what? Hold on. Hold up. Oh, anyway, I'll just use Rolling Stone. Eric Clapton is the best known for his songs Tears in Heaven, Blue Eyes Blue, and Layla, all those good songs that he wrote. And now he has decided to write an anti-vaccination song called This Has Gotta Stop. This has gotta stop. Yeah, in what appears to be his latest salvo against COVID-19 vaccinations and the lockdown, Eric Clapton has surprised released a new single, This Has Gotta Stop, with an accompanying animated video that also addresses climate change disaster. This bluesy shuffle, This Has Gotta Stop, appears referencing some of the medical issues that Clapton said he experienced after receiving an AstraZeneca vaccination. You know what? I'm going to. This is slowing my computer down. I don't know. I feel like it's getting kind of annoying to, certain websites are picky with loading and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know this website, insidehook.com. Yeah. Okay, now let me screen share one more time. There we go. So, Eric Clapton debuted This Has Gotta Stop. Yes, it's about vaccines, and it also has something to do with climate change. Well, Eric, by Toby's Carol, it says, well, Eric Clapton is talking about vaccines again, and it remains decidedly not good, and by talking, we need singing. Rolling Stone has details of Clapton's new single titled This Has Gotta Stop, which is about vaccines, at least in part. The song finds him singing, This Has Gotta Stop, enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer during the song's chorus. And if you find it odd that Clapton is angry enough to write a protest anthem, but not angry enough to actually use profanity, well, it gets weirder from there. The song's lyrics posted Clapton as a lonely voice pushing back against a host of adversaries from vaccines to climate change. If you want to claim any soul, you have to come back and break down the story. He sings over a jaunty softball group. Another is instance in the song's strange gulf between nominally anthemic lyrics and all too mellow music. It's got conspiracy theory imagery, figures, manipulative puppets, and a man in a lecture. And David Brown says that the song's lyrics allude to his reaction to the AstraZeneca vaccine. I can't move my hands, I can't break the sweat, I want to cry, I can't take anymore. He sings at one point. Just what this has to do with the client saying, client change is unclear. Perhaps Clapton is just lumping everything he hates into one song, like an indie lockdown D version of We Didn't Start the Fire. Or maybe there isn't much rhyme or reason to this. We're left with a familiar story of a once respected artist shredding public goodwill faster than the eye can see. So basically, it's, oh, I didn't even share that. Whoops. Well, I'm pretty sure, yeah. But this is the article. It's from InsideHook.com. Yeah, it's Eric Clapton's, apparently his new single. This Eric Clapton. This guy who wrote songs like Tears in Heaven, Blue Eyes Blue. Well, he didn't write it, but he sang on it. Let's see what else. Layla. He was in the group, obviously Cream. He's been very influential on a lot of artists. And it's also bringing up this old tweet that another former guitarist, Jimmy Stafford from Train, formerly of Train, brought up. And here it is. He says, "Hey, Eric Clapton, I'm white and I'm a longtime fan, but not anymore. Go fuck yourself." Or shall I say, go F yourself. It's shared by John Cooper, who I don't know, obviously. But he's bringing up this past remarks from the 70s about keeping Britain white and keeping African Americans out of Britain. I actually remember hearing about this in his book. In his book, and I actually just realized I stopped screen sharing. But in his book, Eric Clapton basically is like, yeah, I remember making the tweet. Or I remember, rather, not making the tweet. Sorry. I've been drinking way too much caffeine to be doing this. I've been, oh shoot. I froze there for a moment. I thought I had to refresh. In the book, in the Clapton book, he admits that he tweeted, not tweeted, but he made a comment about, let's see. Yeah, we already talked about that. We just talked about it. Yeah, he was intoxicated I'm starting. In 1976, on August 5th, he spoke out about increasing immigration, which kind of sounds like the times of the viewpoints of the right wing today. Uh, During a concert in Birmingham, he was intoxicated and he voiced support for Enoch Powell, who was a right-wing British politician. Um, he was saying things like, you know, we don't want to become I believe, like a black colony was his phrase. He wanted to keep Britain white, which, is very, in today's world, he would get canceled. And in his autobiography, he claimed, let's see, an interview, he did not know much about politics and immigration speech. He said he just didn't know what came over me that night, and it has been something that had happened the day that it came out in this garden thing. And he referred to Powell, even in as far back as 2004, has been outrageously brave. And so I still feel, in even in his biography, he was oblivious to it all. I guess meaning that he was oblivious to saying what he said about this right-wing politician in Britain. Again, Enoch Powell. He denied being a racist, but he still believed his comments were relevant. So even if he is not, so I guess you're probably asking yourself, where does this go with the right-wing comments that he has made, or the COVID comments? Well, Clapton, as legendary songwriter as he is, he's had a lot of trials and tribulations. But anyway, that's pretty much what I'd have to say about Mr. Clapton. I'm officially turning in my fanship, because I used to listen to the guy's music. I listened to his music as far back as a year ago, maybe pre-COVID. Because the dude has actually the man has actually written some really good music, written and sang with really good people, really good musicians and artists and bands and whatnot. But this is just way over the top. And all these old comments coming to bite him in the ass, essentially. Some 40-plus-year-old comment coming to bite Eric Clapton back in the ass. What a card, huh? Anyway. So what else? What else are we gonna talk about? Nothing that well, my internet connection's fine. Well, there it goes. I had a little network connection, so what else? I know what I wanted to talk about. Nathan J. Robinson. One of the few things that I've been wanting to talk about once I took my little break. I noticed that some issues have come up. And for those who aren't familiar, this guy, Nathan J. Robinson of Current Affairs magazine, has gotten some flack from people for, excuse me. Excuse me again. So a few weeks ago, Nathan J. Robinson had asked a number of people to resign from his left-wing socialist magazine, Current Affairs, that has been going on who has been active since 2015. Several staffers at the magazine, including Lita Gold, put out a statement saying that Robinson had asked them to leave or offered them what they called consolation positions at the magazine because of disagreements of how the company and the magazine should be run. And he was accused of basically trying to stop staffers to make it what they called a worker-owned co-op, which means they want to self-manage and the staffers at Current Affairs, these staffers at Current Affairs magazine wanted to make a co-op position, wanted to start a workers co-op and kind of have more of the say around the magazine. Well, Lydia Gold took to, she put a Twitter. She put out a statement that she posted on her Twitter account, accusing Nathan J. Robinson of being basically hostile to the prospect of being a workers' co-op, and he was called hypocritical. He responds to saying, "I never really never really opposed it," and has been saying that those said staffers have been dysfunctional, which I even myself can dispute. So Glenn Greenwald, a once well-known crusading journalist for Current Affairs until he suddenly rage quit his own company because of the Hunter Biden laptop story that the Intercept, of which he founded, he claimed that, or he accused the Intercept of censoring him, when essentially he was being asked to edit a piece in the Intercept about the Hunter Biden story and his business dealings with Ukraine, as far as I know. And Hunter and Glenn Greenwald just assumed because the company was asking him to edit his story that he was being censored, which is complete BS. He rage quit his company over an accusation of censorship. Anyway, Glenn Greenwald has called Nathan Robinson a, quote, brazen hypocrite on Twitter, which I find very ironic given, Greenwald's own trajectory in the last few months since he left his own company, again, in a rage. And anyway, so going back to the statement with Lydia Gold. So, I think it's Lydia Gold, I believe so. Hope she doesn't mind. Okay, hold on. Play that, yes. I'm gonna have to open up some DMs, folks. Lita Gold, I was saying Lydia. My apologies. I wish I knew the. Anyway, I'm actually going to find it elsewhere. I'm not going to search on Twitter. Lita Gold. Current Affairs statement. Oh, no. Statement. And, well, unfortunately, it goes to her Twitter account, So actually, this is better because there's a Google Drive. hope people can hear me, because oh no, I don't want to do that. Okay, let me size this up. Okay, and then let me screen share one more time. Oh, share my screen again. Here it is. So this is the statement that Lita Gold, who is, there we go. This is from a few weeks ago. When I say a few weeks ago, August 18th. So if my time is correct, it was last Wednesday. I was going to say last Tuesday. So I was like, yeah, I got it right the first time. Dear comrades, we, the former full and part-time staff, write to you with deep sadness and disappointment about recent events that occurred at Current Affairs. On August 8th, Editor-in-Chief Nathan J. Robinson, author of Why You Should Be a Socialist. I forgot to mention that book. That I was actually reading that book when I found this out and was very shocked. Unilaterally fired most of the workforce to avoid an organizational restructuring that would limit his personal power. Yes, we were fired by the editor-in-chief of a socialist magazine trying to start a worker co-op. Isn't that the whole point of starting of being a socialist magazine as well? I mean, you know, isn't that part of like left socialism or like all kinds of socialism, like libertarian socialism, excuse me, that Nathan J. Robinson subscribes to? I'm just stuttering over my words. Or the democratic socialism that I subscribe to. In a way, isn't that kind of part? I know this might sound a little offhand to people who will watch this later. Isn't that kind of offhand? Or isn't that kind of what being a quote-unquote socialist is? Starting, being with the unions and being a workers' co-op, trying to make things better and do good for the workers and you know, get them better pay and better hours and better wages and whatnot. I mean, amongst other things. But you know, it's weird because again, Nathan Robinson is a self-described libertarian socialist, and here he is. I'm going to change the music. Is a self-described libertarian socialist. There we go. He is a self-described libertarian socialist, and here he is telling his co-workers, no, you can't organize. You can't start a cooperation. Just the ultimate irony, isn't it? Okay. We all joined Current Affairs at different times. The business manager was even hired with the explicit instruction to help shepherd the magazine through the process of creating a more democratic workspace in alignment with our socialist values. Obviously, the organizational restructuring had been a topic for most of 2020 and 2021. We discussed it informally. We tried piecemeal reforms. We did a full organization survey and one-on-one interviews with editors and staff to try to find consensus on a collective vision. Everyone's stated goal, including Nathan's, was to create a democratic workplace where all voices were equally valued. But when we finally got around to discussing organizational models during a Zoom meeting on August 7th, Nathan became agitated. And this is the point I was trying to get across. He insisted that our attempt to set shared internal values, we were disregarding his current. He insisted in our attempt to set shared internal values, we were disregarding his vision for Current Affairs as published in the first issue. There was a palpable shift in his demeanor. This music is making this sound really sad. Hold on, I'll put the pop music back on. There we go. For our first issue. There was a palpable shift in his demeanor, and he behaved in a hostile manner throughout the rest of the conversation. The next morning, he started removing people from the company Slack and sent letters requesting resignations, eliminating positions in some cases, offering new honorary titles, which would have no say in governance. In our individual letters, Nathan claimed that he had irreparably lost faith in our ability to work together, but less than 24 hours later, he sent follow-up emails retracting his statements and admitting that he simply did not want Current Affairs to be a democratic workplace. He believes that in his guts that the magazine and media venture we have collectively created is purely his, emphasis on his, meaning he wants it all for himself. He does not want to share. He does not want to give evenly. He just wants to take everything for himself and himself only. That's the whole point of starting and running a magazine of any kind. You have to have people working for and with you. You have to have workers. Of course they're going to do this. And this is me referring to Nathan J. Robinson directly. He wrote, I'm sorry for getting worked up, by the way. It just really gets to me. This organization has been heading slowly for some sort of reckoning where it was going, to have been made clear once and for all what kind of authority I wanted to have over it. And I was in denial about the fact that this answer is, I think I should be on top of the org chart, with everyone else selected by me and reporting to me. I learned Current Affairs build up into some sort of egalitarian community of friends, while knowing in my heart that I still thought of it as my project over which I should have control. And then there's a footnote related to the beginning of the statement, but I'll get back to that. We note darkly that he says, quote, egalitarian community of friends. Again, this is from Lee to Gold. Not of course a workplace. Nathan's overtures seen since the purge have been to reach out to repair friendships or hastily offer new ad hoc work, but he's been fundamentally missing the point, and he has effectively fired us for organizing for better work conditions. Again, trying to make a better workplace. Nathan don't want that. What does that say about what's going on behind the scenes at Current Affairs as an organization inside the magazine? I just hope that nothing worse comes out about Nathan Robinson and that maybe he can repair this, but then again, I don't know. We are sad, aghast, betrayed, and of course angry to realize that this person we trusted has been lying to us for years. We, a small staff composed entirely of women and non-binary people, have faithfully worked to make Current Affairs the beautiful, engaging leftist magazine and podcast that it is. We have commissioned articles and illustrations, planned and produced the podcast, organized contracts and ensured swift payment for contributors, edited the vast majority of articles, conceived the amusements, created the social media and marketing strategies, and done most of the work of running Current Affairs. Nathan J. Robinson can write articles and give speeches, but when it comes to running an organization, he simply isn't up to the task. As he wrote in one of his emails on August 8th, quote, I think you saw yesterday that ultimately I just felt Current Affairs slipping slowly away from me, and I took an insane course of action to do what I thought would get it back. I am not good at, this should be in bold letters, I am not good at running an organization. So if you started an organization, then dude, why are you no good in running it? Why'd you start Current Affairs in the first place? It just kind of makes me furious. If you started this organization, why can't you just? Why aren't you no good at it? Why don't you just let other people do it? Why don't you just, or like keep it going, but have like an emeritus role, and just step away and let the people that want to work there. You know, let them run the show, which is, I guess, the whole point of doing the workers' co-op thing. He probably just wants to have a role in it and still not have to do anything. I freely admit this. We have no better explanation for Nate's behavior than any of you, but it is clear to us now that this is simply the most extreme in a pattern of controlling and dishonest actions that began long before the sequence of events and has created an untenable situation for the workers. For a week, insisted to the board of directors that he would be able to continue running profitably, assisted by a new staff and a promise to, quote, write harder than ever before, end quote. Since then, he has done an about-face expressing regret and concern that he has created a situation where current affairs cannot continue to exist, as Nathan admits he cannot do the job himself, and the workers he purged are unable to pick up the pieces he so carelessly shattered. The staff was fired without warning. The board has attempted to find a suitable severance, but all of current affairs assets are reserved to fulfill the obligations to our subscribers and creditors. Uh-oh. Yawn alert. Ugh, I said yawn alert. I was about to start yawning. Creditors. The compromise position reached last night is that current affairs will take a 1-month hiatus, and all staff, including Nathan and the workers he fired, well, why does he get this? Will be paid through September. We are frankly devastated to lose our high esteem for current affairs. The left can be as lonely and vicious as anywhere else on this earth, and we love not just to contribute but shape a place of amity, camaraderie, joy, beauty, and truth. We have been able to make people laugh, think, and most importantly, feel less lonely. We have also truly loved working with such talented, curious, and generous artists and writers. We know that this news will devastate people who may be reeling from losses of faith, old and new. This feels like a light going out. And there's a thing of solidarity, which is this email that I won't say, but I'll just put it here. And you can, there. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Oh boy, no, I did not mean to do that. I hit the wrong button. Quit. There we go. So, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to highlight this past affair, this email. You can show your solidarity, which I have done. And I said it in great detail how I felt that Nathan was basically just trying to take it for himself and in adding yourself to our mailing list. Okay, I haven't done that. And there's solidarity, Allegra Silcox, Lita Gold, Kate, Christian Gothrow. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I hope I didn't mispronounce that wrong. Aislinn McCrae and Kate Root. So this is Lita Gold. She is the was the managing and amusements editor at Current Affairs, considering that they're on, at least as we know, a 1-month hiatus. So this is the footnote to the beginning of the statement. Nathan technically asked most of the staff members to resign, but he also removed our access to the company Slack and insisted soon thereafter that he would hire new staff members to replace us. When managing editor and amusements editor Lita Gold called him to discuss the matter and asked, "Are you firing me?" He replied, "Yeah." Aislinn McCrae, who was a freelance contractor rather than a staffer and therefore not subject to current affairs dismissal procedures, was told her position was terminated. So yeah, he was firing most of the people. He essentially, does not want to. He does not want to take anything for himself or share with anyone, and that includes the magazine. He just wants to keep the magazine for himself. And I find that very insulting to the left, to socialism in general, no matter what side of the aisle of socialism you lean on. I'm so sorry, I'm slurring my words. Must be all this Coca-Cola that I've been drinking. So I'm gonna I'm gonna sign off here. I know I wish I could be on for another couple hours, but I do need to. I do need to eat. Do need to make some supper. I don't know what I'm gonna have tonight. I know I'm gonna have tonight. I think I bought some something at the store that looked good, but I can't wait to cook. So yeah, I will leave you, and I will say, check me out Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, or not Eastern Time, Central Time, for the new nighttime edition of the John Ross Show, which is TJRS. I'll just throw this up here so you know. Let me scroll up. Oh, scroll down. No. Captions. There we go. Yeah, the new time for TJRS, which is Monday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Twitch and on YouTube. By the way, this is just a stream to kind of make myself comfortable in a way, since I'm expanding to YouTube. You can also read me on Substack, which I hope to make better, other than Nathan J. Robinson. Better than Nathan Robinson, if you were listening. You can follow me on all my social medias right there, and you can donate to, if you can, if you will, please donate to the Patreon. There's the website and /TJRS. And please also like and subscribe. And even though I got no viewers, not a big deal. I know this will be up, and I'll have fun watching the playback and hearing myself and just going, bah! All right. I'm out. Have a good weekend, guys and gals. I'll see you on Monday night. Left is best. Take care of yourselves.